On this episode of TFL Off-Road, I'm gonna find out whether I've made a mistake in purchasing a new Chevy Colorado Trail Boss. Why? Well, because I'm behind the wheel of the ZR2, so the king, the most off-road capable version of the Colorado truck. There's $11,000 of difference between my Trail Boss, which cost about $41,000, and this ZR2 with most options that cost $52,600. And I'm on the Ironclads trail, so let's launch this thing and see really if this is way more easy to drive and more capable. I'm laying down right now because I really want to take a look at the skid plates, or in this case, I would say the lack thereof. First of all, there are two pretty beefy skid plates in the front. You could see the nose one, which is really beautiful. There's also one to protect the front differential and the engine. But the transmission is wide open. It's right here. The transfer case is protected, so that's 3 skid plates. There's a little plastic brace right here. But then the fuel tank and the rear of the vehicle is kind of open, unprotected. So if you're really worried about your underbody, I would say get a Bison. And we haven't driven the Bison yet, the new one, but the Bison will have up to 5 skid plates instead of 3.5 skid plates in here. All right, so as I approach the steps, I am going to go to 4 low, and I'm already a little bit off kilter, and I want to see if the truck likes it. Yes, it went into 4 low. That's quite nice. Check this. As my lights are on. So I've got my terrain screen here in the center. I've got my other gauges here. It says I'm in 4 low, and I'm not using lockers. Yet. I will be using my lockers soon. So the beauty of this truck is, first of all, it has better approach angle, higher ground clearance, larger tire than the Trail Boss. So the first obstacle was no big deal. I didn't even need to use lockers. I didn't need to slow down. I didn't need to worry. I could have even used my camera system, which is right here, but I didn't have to do it. So the Trail Boss also didn't have much problem on the steps. But now it's all about the Razor Rock. So let's see how the ZR2 does. And I'm a little nervous approaching the steps. This is the first obstacle because I do have that chin spoiler. But what GM did for this generation of the truck, they increased the wheelbase by about 3.5 inches, and they pushed the front tires all the way up to the front. So that should give me the best possible chance of approach angle. And I don't think I actually didn't touch anything, I don't think. And because I'm in 4 low and I'm crawling and my Wrangler Territory MT tires are actually quite good, I did not spin my tires, which is nice. Because it's the top of the line ZR2, you also have more color and more material contrast on the inside. And I love this. I love what they've done with the seats. Special yellow stitching throughout. This reminds me you have a very special ZR2 truck. The rest of the console and the dash is very similar to the Trail Boss, except the screen, the gauge cluster, is actually full width and full featured. But I want to call out a couple things. Even though the 4-wheel drive system is mostly identical, because I also have 4 auto, 4 high, and 4 low in my Trail Boss, I don't have this. I don't have rear locker or front and rear, both front and rear lockers. That's only available in 4-wheel drive low. I'll be using that today. I have my off-road pages, just like the Trail Boss does. So I have my Baja, my terrain, and my overlanding pages. By the way, we're starting Ironclads at 85.48 feet above sea level. But the ZR2 has a couple of special touches as well. For example, it has a G-force meter page on this overview, and of course you can monitor all the other parameters. I'm not airing down today because I did not air down previously with the other trucks. I want to see how they behave in stock with stock tire pressures. But there you have it. So here we go. I've engaged both front and rear lockers. My screen right here also says the same. My traction control has been disabled, of course. I'm in 4-low already. I'm using my cameras, and I'm gonna approach this obstacle. So I'm taking one of the harder lines. Looking okay?
Yep, still good.
All right, now I'm gonna articulate, and I can maintain my pace. Wow, this is so controllable. I almost never have stopped. I have ultimate traction. Will I hit on something? Please don't hit. No, I did not hit. Those jagged rocks always worry me. Oh my gosh, that was so easy. This is what happened in the trail boss. So should I tackle this? This is obstacle number 2.
Yeah, go for the razor rocks.
Can you talk to me a little bit, because I want to make sure that I don't hit my front.
Yeah, definitely. That chin hangs pretty low.
Okay.
So this is kind of the problem with the G80, the auto locker, is you really gotta throttle it to get it to lock up. And this obstacle gets pretty tippy, and if you really start spinning, the back end can kick out and throw you right into that tree. So hopefully locks up pretty quickly. Your chin's clear.
Okay, my chin is clear, and I'm trying to use slow speed and control. Come on, Andre. I'm not on reverse. I'm in drive. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can. Hey Alex, this obstacle is way more gnarly than I ever remember.
Yeah, it seems like every time we come up here, it's a little harder than the last time, and it's been a few weeks. We've gotten a lot of weather, so it's pretty gnarly right now. How'd that feel?
Well, I'm staring at this tree. How is my breakover angle? Will I be able to clear?
Yeah, breakover looks fine. You got plenty of room.
Come on, Trail Boss, you can do this. You can do this. Even though you're a little bit more affordable.
Slow, nice and slow. You're about to drop your front left.
I am in first gear, so this is as much gearing as I can get.
Little passenger. Passenger.
Oh, passenger. The other passenger.
The other passenger.
Okay. Woo! Wow. You do have to be committed, Alex.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Yowza. I did it, but not without a little bit coaxing of this new truck. As always, when I go off-road, I use Onyx off-road maps. Why? Well, first of all, I have no reception here. I can pre-download my maps. You've seen that before, and you could see the difficulty of each trail you're driving. You could see neighboring trails so you can explore. Some of the newer features include route planning, where you can actually define your route before you leave your home location or your headquarters. Really cool. Check them out using the link below, and use TFL code for a discount on an annual subscription. This ZR2, of course, gets the highest output engine available in the Colorado. It's the 2.7 liter turbo, 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. And yes, it has the 8-speed automatic like the other Colorados, but this one is also mated with a higher rating to this high output engine. There's another one big reason why you buy a ZR2. It's got the special suspension, which means you can also go fast. Very resilient, really meant for fast driving. That's why it has the Baja mode. That's why it can absorb big bumps. I've gone from Vegas to Reno with the Chevrolet team in the ZR2, a factory truck. I have a full video about it, and I was super impressed with the high-speed capability of this truck. The rear axle suspension is where the ZR2 stands apart from every other Colorado, and this is what I'm really jealous about. First of all, the shocks themselves. DSSV spool valve by Multimatic. Very robust. This is the next generation of the shock. But also they put it outside of the frame in the back. So they're wider, more stability, and also better clearance underneath. Why can't I have that on my Trail Boss? And because the shock is so close to the tire, outside of the frame, you have a lot more clearance underneath. A lot of clearance. I'm really jealous of this, the rock slider protection on the ZR2. My Trail Bus doesn't have this. This is an accessory. I can buy it and put it in my truck, or maybe I can steal it off of this one. Of course I won't steal it, but this is really, really good, especially as you're rocking over boulders. This adds additional protection. The ZR2 rolls on a 17-inch wheel. I love the design. I think they did a really good job here. And the slightly smaller wheel diameter offers even more tire diameter. This is a larger tire than the Trail Boss, 33 inches overall, approximately 33. But because the wheel is a little bit smaller too, you have large sidewall. This is a Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT, so maximum traction, really good sidewall protection, really grippy stuff. So I don't expect many problems from this tire. There are two more obstacles. First, truth or dare. Of course, I'm gonna do the dare side, the more difficult way, the same way I did in the Trail Boss. And then there's also the Sawtooth, which is kind of this test just to show you guys the breakover angle or the possibility of going over this very, very sharp rock. So how does this truck behave at a slower speed? I think it's quite good. Like I said, we did not air down. Specifically, well, one reason is time. Second reason is ground clearance. I don't want to lose any. And also, this is kind of how you would drive it if you just kind of took it for a casual afternoon, because you may not have a inflation kits and compressors, and so this is kind of a slightly easier trail that we can show you some of the capability of the truck on. All right, let me switch to the camera mode, because this is kind of sketchy, because this is really narrow. It really helps that I have a mid-sized truck, and here I can watch my cameras, make sure that I am not scraping wheels or tires or damaging sidewall. I can look at my rear tires. Aha! I don't have a rear locker, look. My traction control and brake system is coming into play. And trying to figure things out for me. Oh, the precision, the cameras. Oh, maybe this is worth it. I don't have any of these cameras on my truck. Wow, I can really place the truck exactly within a fraction of an inch of where I really want it. Did I make a mistake buying my Trail Bus? Well, let me do the final obstacle and I'll let you know. Gosh, now I don't have vision. I wish I had a front camera. I'm using my memory and just trying to look out my window like old school times. Oh, I'm losing traction again. Come on, G80. Get me through this. So the G80 rear differential is basically when it senses, the mechanical device senses a lot of spin on one side and not the other. There's kind of like teeth that come in and it tries to lock both of the shafts together so you kind of have equal traction side to side, and then that's what helps you climb all the way up. Now there's another articulation section right here. It kind of tests my clearance. No problems. Dude, this truck is super. lockers are amazing. I showed you that on the Razor Rocks. The traction of these tires is amazing. The ground clearance, never touched the skid plate. Mwah. The final obstacle is the Sawtooth. So let me approach it. I'm kind of reverse my direction, and now I'm approaching this very jagged rock head on. First of all, to test the approach. Alright, so let me see if I can climb. Let's see if I can have fine precision. Ooh, let me see what I'm touching. So of course the Sawtooth is just really, really impossible. Oh, it's my rock slider. It's right here. So really, my frame and my skid plate still have a millimeter of space. But the first point that touched is my rock slider, which is good because this is replaceable. I think a pair costs, they're not cheap, they're about $900 for a pair. But it's a good insurance policy against damaging your truck. Okay, so I cannot use this line. Just wanted to use a little bit more extreme approach. What I will do is I will back off and use a slightly easier line to the passenger side of my vehicle to see if I can clear it, which is probably will be here. Wow, this is quite extreme, but I am doing it. I did take a quite significant, pretty aggressive line. Woohoo! Good job, ZR2. Well, here are my final thoughts as I'm descending back down Ironclads near the Razor Rock area. Do I think I missed out buying a Trail Boss over the ZR2? Well, there's two other elements for my life. Ooh, I did touch my frame or my rock slider. Always, almost every truck touches there. Yikes. I usually touch like a frame rail or something like that. I'm touching something.
Yeah, let's see.
A little bit frame?
Yeah, it's like the cross member of your frame, but it should be fine. Just slow. Yeah, and you're starting to lift up off it. Slow. You're good.
Alright, so that's where you need every millimeter of ground clearance, and you know, at 9.6-ish inches of ground clearance, I wish I had more. Well, there are two more elements of my life. It's towing a boat to the lake with my family. That's a huge part of what we do in the summer. And driving up to the mountains to ski in the winter. And both of those, the Trail Boss is a bit better at. First of all, the Trail Boss can tow 1,700 pounds more than the ZR2. ZR2 is rated at 6,000 pounds. Trail Boss at 7,700 pounds. And the Trail Boss has more payload because it doesn't have all the features this has. It has more payload. Let me select my cameras. And that way I can bring more things to the lake, more skis, more people to the ski slope, and have, you know, just plenty of just comfortable trucking. I really want this camera system on my truck. I think it's really special. I do want those rock sliders on my truck. I cannot add the cameras easily. I can add the rock sliders easily though, and some skid plates, additional skid plates. So I think there's still room for me to improve my Trail Boss, and I saved 11 grand. So in the end, no, I'm pretty happy actually. Do I wish I had the ZR2? Yes. Will it tow my boat? Barely. Tough decision. No, but I'll stay with my Trail Boss. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next time, and check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place.